Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, a little remnant from the SEMA Motor Show, the Specialty Equipment Marketing Association Expo out in Las Vegas. One of the machines shown off is this particular concept. This is the brand new 2015 Ford Mustang King Cobra concept. Now, there's pretty much for certain that this vehicle will never see the light of day as a production machine, but it's actually a showcase for the Ford Parts and Ford Racing catalog of goodies that you can put into this particular machine. Now, this vehicle comes with a lot of cool stuff, including brand new wheels and tires, all new suspension on all four corners, and a wildly beefed up drivetrain with all hardened half shafts and drive shaft. But that's to handle the power that lives underneath the hood. The 5-liter normally aspirated V8 is no longer normally aspirated. It's going to get some forced induction from a Roush Racing / Ford Racing supercharger kit that supposedly is going to bring this car up to be somewhere between 600 and 650 brake horsepower. Yes, this thing is going to have a lot of smoke at its disposal. Again, this is to show off all the products that are underneath the Ford umbrella inside their Ford Parts and Ford Racing group. And that is an interesting group indeed. As a couple of years ago, Ford showed off that their parts catalog, you could actually build you, let's say, a late 60s, early 70s Mustang from scratch, right from the catalog. No car to begin with. You could build everything right from that catalog, which is very, very cool. So, pretty neat deal. And like I said, if you got a brand new Ford Mustang, all you have to do is head down to your Ford dealership for details on all these power goodies. Next up on the list, Jaguar is going to bring a fleet of F-Types to the LA Motor Show. And they're going to have every vehicle from their lineup top to bottom, including a just announced all-wheel drive version for the first time under the F-Type group. Now, the interesting thing about this deal is we still don't know little or nothing about it, but is it going to be across the board as this all-wheel drive system, or is that big supercharged V8 at the top end in the R version not being able to handle that all-wheel drive drivetrain? But we'll know a whole lot more coming up to the LA Motor Show. Cannot wait to find out more about it. Very intriguing for them to go all-wheel drive in this machine. Next up on the list, well, you may have seen a lot of these spy photography shots of a McLaren that's been pounding around the old Nordschleife loop of the Nürburgring circuit. That's wildly been talked about being called the P13, which is going to be an entry-level model in the range underneath the McLaren umbrella. Well, apparently now that vehicle's got an official name. Maybe not the world's greatest name, but it will be called the McLaren Sport Series. Now, this particular machine gets the same twin-turbocharged V8 as in the 12C, and it will be on the 12C platform. But it gets a lot of updates, especially aero updates, some rumored Formula One technology going to be going into this machine. But that twin-turbo V8 is going to be a tad on the detuned side to somewhere around 500 brake horsepower. But they're also going to slash the price on this machine. We're hearing this vehicle won't go over $200,000 US, and it's going to go head-to-head with a Porsche 911 Turbo, which should be a very intriguing little fight indeed. Now, if you really want to follow a little bit more, this particular photo hit the old interwebs as McLaren showing off the hashtag across the windscreen of this machine, which is hashtag Black Swan Moments. Now, this is, if you go to your Twitter account and put in this hashtag and check it out, it'll have a lot of new details coming down the pike for this particular machine. I don't know when this vehicle is going to make its official debut, but hopefully very, very soon we'll know a whole lot more about this machine. And last up on the list, this little marriage between BMW and Toyota apparently is moving forward quite nicely, even though it's a little bit late on the old schedule, as they are officially going into concept mode on this particular machine. Now, we don't know how, actually we learned little to nothing about this particular deal. There's been a lot of rumors that it was going to be a hybrid drivetrain, maybe a big supercharged V8, maybe even a 10-cylinder drivetrain, and not for 100% sure what they're going to do with this vehicles. There's a lot of rumors that BMW's, this could be the next Z4 possibly. Toyota may be bringing out the Supra from way back in the day. Not 100% sure if it's going to be like this FT concept that they showed off about a year or so ago. But it's very intriguing. This has gone into the concept phase, and hopefully we'll know a whole lot more about it very soon, because in 2016, supposedly, there's going to be the first edition of this little marriage between the German and Japanese auto manufacturers. So, not 100% sure who will get the first car underneath this little alliance, if you will, but hopefully we'll know a whole lot more about it very soon. Hopefully we'll see a concept coming out next year in the year of 2015. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. In fact, I just put up a brand new video about a fella down in Australia who's built a, well, been the late 90s edition of the Batmobile. It's actually probably the first ever edition, at least in this particular machine, to ever be street legal. And it's pretty cool what they're doing with this vehicle to help out kids in and around the Australia area. It's a pretty neat little deal. You can flip on over to the Facebook page. Check that out. Also, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.